Hello everyone. So today's video we're taking a look at the Junghans movement from the Plato clock. So basically, episode 2 in the Plato clock series. So as I talked about it last time, this movement is, well, it looks pretty standard but it has some, well, extra features on there. For example, you can see you have a ratchet mechanism, so you can't turn the clock backwards. This is done, I assume, to prevent the user from turning the clock backwards, because that's the only input you can have. I can barely imagine that, like, by shaking the clock you would get it going in the wrong direction. So yeah, it must be to protect against a user doing that. As for the rest, well, you see here you have like a mechanism like with the notches cut out that go to the rest of the movement, but that's not that's not something super special. You can see here the reduction. So basically you're winding up the main barrel with some reduction. It's probably because they were using a pretty small key on there in the past, and that results in, well, needing a reduction, because yeah, it's a small clock, you don't have much to grab it by, so putting some reduction on that is handy. You have a pretty small main barrel. One of the first things I noticed is that, like, you can see how I can move the barrel around. There's probably some like wear on there that might need addressing. For the rest, well, I don't know, let's see. We can make it go with a little, what about the power on there? So I'm not too worried. We're pretty much going to get this working. So yeah, let's start disassembling it. Okay, so start with the top. I already disarmed it. There's no power on the main barrel anymore. Oh, that was yeah. Those screws were already pretty loose. I wonder if somebody was tried to be in here before me. That could explain the missing screws and such. Yeah, you can see the reduction gear. The thing was like the knob to wind it was screwed on there, which is also missing. I kind of wonder if the previous watchmaker just didn't bother to put screws back in. That's why they're missing. So this is ratchet gear, pretty odd shaped teeth for ratchet gear. Basically, they are pretty close to normal teeth. Now let's see. That's click spring. Yeah, click spring can stay. Okay, so time to put the balance into safety. It's always a good idea when you're working on clocks or like alarm clocks, which have like a hairspring, balance with a hairspring. It's always a good idea to remove those first. Why? Well, for safety reasons. If I slip one time with a screwdriver, then it could be game over for the hairspring. So yeah, before you start taking, usually I do it before I start taking the main plates apart. Come on, get out of there. Yep, there we go. So we that out of the way. Let's put it into safety. Now, it is just held in by these conical pins, although they're not really conical, because most of them are square. And they are pretty weak, it seems, because can't get them out. I'm just okay, that one popped out. That one pops out too. That's good. This one, will this one pop out? Yep. And that one flying. But I got it. This one's the only round one. Now I wonder which ones were the original, round ones or the square ones? Come on. The mouse already fell out. Okay. We got a hard one also. Now let's take a look at the answer. The 2 pins on there are nice and clean, not worn down. That's great. So now let's pop the lid off. Center axle. Tiny little ratchet. It's a ratchet that like really doesn't need much power. Which yeah, you wouldn't want because, well, you probably don't have much to spare. So really basic movements. Oops. And now we get to see the main barrel. So yeah, you can see how that's wiggling around. That's not what we want. 'Cause, yeah, there is a lot of power getting off. There's a bit of play there. I'm less worried about the play in that direction. But the play this direction, that definitely needs to take care of. So yes, I'm going to get into cleaning it, and then yeah, I'll see you back when it's cleaned, and then we're going to dress that that barrel, put a bushing in there. It'll be interesting. So yeah, see you after cleaning. So here we are. Ribbon has been cleaned and also clean and dried. So yeah, let's check the play on that main barrel. And there is a decent amount of play on there, yeah. Yeah, definitely for a barrel this small. You can see how much I can wiggle it. So yeah, I'll need to do something about that. I'm going to have to check my stock of my copper. I have one lying around here. If I have something that like can be used for this, because I can't use like regular bushings for this. Like I will need yeah, I will need something that, yeah, some bushing raw or like some raw copper to make this happen. Because like this, if you would use like a normal bushing for this, like a brush-on bushing, first of all, it's going to be too thick. You're going to have to like like mill it down or put it in the lathe, and yeah, that's not a good idea. So yeah, I'm going to quickly grab my brushing rods and see if there's something suitable in them, and then we'll go from there. So here I am with my brushing rods. Let's get them out, and then let's just try. I want to have one as close as possible, so I need to do the least amount of work. This one seems pretty close. It almost fits already. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this one's going to be it. So, let's see, do I have, nope. We're just fitting, let's get my weavers. So, got my brushing rod, got my correctly sized reamer, so now, yeah, I'm going to ream that hole out, and I'll see once it's at the proper size, because, well, for your viewing pleasure, I'm not going to show you the whole process of me reaming out the hole. So I got it reamed out now, so it fits snugly in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut it, and then I will no, I'm not going to cut it yet. I'm going to ream it out. I'm going to ream out this first, so it can fit this, and then cut it up and drive it in. Let's see. Which reamer am I going to need to use? Found one. It's working well. It's a bit annoying to hold this, but we'll see. Might get my flat, yeah. Let's get the parallel pliers out. Those should work. For those of you who don't know, parallel pliers, like the name suggests, they always stay parallel. Isn't quite that great. We need to put a bit more force on there. No, it's still not. Probably better by hand. Oh dear, long knot there. Might put them in the vise, yeah. Vise is probably best. Be right back. So here we are, driven it open, reamed it open, and then also went ahead and already cut the bushing. So now the next step is, I kind of want it, you can see it loosely fitting now. So I'm going to use this punch. I'm going to drive the material open. So I get basically what I want is the bushing to be hugging the sides of the lid that I have now, like this. And then I'm going to punch it flat, basically. As flat as I can get it. And then whatever's left of it, I'm just going to clean off. But I basically want this bushing to be in there, like, as best as I can get. There's some people who solder the bushing in, which is also an option. But I'm just going to, like, hammer it in place, basically. So, yeah. up to the bench for some hammering. So before I actually going to put this on, I first want one side to be also already like expanding. So this kind of sits in the middle of the bushing. So I'm going to give that a few taps. Now that's already expanded out. Now let's try that. See, can't go all the way through. That's exactly what we want. But it could do a bit more. Now that's perfect. That's like about in the middle. Now, to do the other side too. At this point, it's already more or less stuck. You can still move it, can still turn around. So. Now it is already stuck. So, what am I going to do now? I'm going to take like a little ball-like punch and punch around the sides, basically. Because now I want to expand the material over. And I'm knocking it out. Okay. So, gotta punch a bit more from this side then. Punch, punch. Okay, so let's round over this side then first. Amazingly, I'm pushing the material towards the outside. Well, let's say I'll see you when I'm almost finished. So here we are. So I pushed it out, and then I pushed it flat with a flat punch. So yeah, basically, now all I have to do is I need to clean this up. Make it nice and flat. Now, some of the edges are going to go away, but that's no problem because I will be left with like enough to keep the bushing in place. And then I might need to like re-ream the hole a bit because it might have become a little smaller. But yeah, bushing's in. Time to clean. So cleaned it up, as you can see. Yeah, still need to clean it up a bit more, but just doing a test fit. And yes, looks like I need to ream some more. because by punching it, the hole got smaller, which is logical. So yeah, it's only a tiny bit. So here we have it. Now it fits through again. You can see I've got play, equal play in all directions, which is fine. Now there's one more thing left to do, of course cleaning it. Well, I decided I'm just going to toss it in the rotary tumbler because I still need to do the other side. So just going to put the set in the rotary tumbler once I'm done with both sides. But I need somewhere for the oil to go in, so I'm going to break the edge oil. Got this big ass calibrated rim in there. I'm just using the slanted edge. I'm going to break the edge of it so you can see it's a nice rounded edge on it. Same on the other side now. Ta-da. So now, going to do the other side, off camera of course, because well, not going to show twice. Yeah, and I'll see you back for the rest of the assembly, which well, probably is going to be uneventful, but yeah, going to show it anyways. See you in a bit. So before I get going on the other side, let's get this cute little mainspring out. I don't really need to turn it out. Like most mainsprings kind of want to pop out on its own, but this one doesn't. Now you notice that I still always have like one finger on the mainspring. It just instead it suddenly decides it wants to come out. I didn't want it there flinging across the room. Well, yeah, so far it doesn't really seem like it wants to do that, so. And we're at the end. Now be careful. Yep. Oh, interesting. I did manage to break it, but that's not a big deal. But it's basically, it's no surprise it broke. It's basically captured behind the hook. Normally there's a hole inside. But this is just slit like this. You can see the part of the mainspring is still in there. But I still think I have enough to just get it behind that little hook. I wonder if like it has always been like this, or this is just someone decided they wanted to do it like this. Interesting. Anyway, let's get into doing the brushing.